Holidays can create feelings of dread and anxiety in those who are bereaved. The images of family get-togethers and the often unrealistic expectations of a season filled with picture-perfect, joyful gatherings can cause tremendous stress for those who are not grieving, let alone those in the midst of the painful, isolating experience of loss. How do we celebrate the holidays without our loved one? Creating new rituals and new traditions that pay tribute to the memory of the deceased is one way to survive and perhaps even embrace the holidays when a loved one has died. Here are some suggestions of what you can do to create a new normal for future holidays. Decorate a wreath with pictures and items that were loved by the person who died and place the wreath at his or her grave. Wrap a favorite keepsake of the deceased or a framed picture of your loved one and give it as a gift to another grieving family member. Tell stories behind the ornaments on the Christmas tree and the role your loved one played in making those memories. Create a special ornament labeled with the name of the loved one and hang it on the tree. Decorate a candle and light it at mealtime in memory of your loved one. Call it your candle of love and try to remember loving moments. Some years ago, I counseled a lady whose 18-year-old daughter had died. And she was captain of the cheerleading squad, and she was a member of the Homecoming Queen Court, and everybody in the community loved her. And when it came time for the holidays, she didn't know what to do to remember her. So I suggested that she get a 3 or 4 foot candle, electric candle, and place it in her daughter's room right at the window. She did just that. And when the holiday season was over, she came into my office and she said, "Dr. Kanine, you wouldn't believe all the people that pulled up in front of my house and just took a moment and looked at the candle in the window and remembered my daughter." She said it was great to know that she was there and a part of the holiday season. There are so many things like that you can do. Please be creative. Make a book of pictures and memorabilia about the deceased to give or to simply share with one another. This is a good activity for children as well. Make a donation to a favorite charity in the person's honor. Create a scholarship to keep the memory of the deceased alive and announce it at a holiday gathering of family and friends. I remember the family that had 3 children and one of them died, and they came in to my office with the question, what do we do with the 3 stockings? And I said, you need to hang all 3 stockings. They said, well, what do we put in the stocking of the son who died? And I said, I can't answer that, but you need to hang all 3 stockings because you have 3 children. So after the holiday season, they came in and they said, we put all 3 stockings up, and here's what we did. We do a lot of entertaining during the holiday season. When people came into our home, we took them over to the mantle where the stockings were hanging. And when we pointed out the stocking of our son who died, we told our favorite stories. Some of them were funny. Some of them were sad. People laughed. People cried. But then after we were done with the story, we asked whoever we were talking with to make a financial contribution to the stocking. In other words, to put money in the stocking. When the holiday season was over, they had about $400 that they took to their favorite charity in memory and honor of their son. What a great way to remember the person who has died, to remember them during the holiday season. Purchase a holiday book, perhaps a favorite of the deceased, and donate it to your local library or school. Ask your librarian to place a label in the front cover inscribed, "In memory of your loved one." Bring your loved one's favorite food to share at a holiday dinner. Mention their name in the blessing or over the food, or propose a toast in their memory. Share stories about the person who died. Sometimes others need permission to talk about the person who has left the family. Let them know you would rather keep the memory of your loved one alive than pretend nothing has changed. Encourage grieving children to draw pictures and create gifts inspired by their memories of the deceased to give to other family members. Decorate and hang a cutout star in your home with your hopes and dreams for the future, thinking about tomorrow. That'll be a part of your healing. Then once you've remembered your loved one, make sure you remember yourself. Take care of yourself. Be gentle to yourself. Do what you can do, no more or no less. You may feel like baking cookies this year. You may not feel like baking cookies. You may feel like having the turkey all prepared Christmas Day, or you may feel like going to someone else's home for Christmas. Don't be afraid to make changes. If it's too hard to be in the same place where you spend holidays together with your loved one, change the scene. Go somewhere new. If you can't afford a vacation, go to a restaurant or to a friend or family member's home that doesn't have the painful associations with previous holidays. Although you can't erase thoughts and memories of the one who has died, it may help to create a new holiday experience. Create that new normal for future holidays.